Hey there, if you're seeing this, this is the replay of the Proverbs 31 in the New American Standard Bible final of this season. So, stick around. And after these little bits of music, we'll be right into the broadcast.
Before the earth was made, wisdom stood tall, knowing every step through the rise and the fall. In the pages of Proverbs, secrets unfold, revealing a treasure more precious than gold. Get wise, open your eyes, read a chapter every day, you'll realize. Guided by wisdom, let preparedness rise. Get wise, it's no surprise. A proverb a day will bring wisdom your way. Get wise. It takes wisdom to get paid, to walk the right way, to make the right choices every single day. From the dawn of creation to the hustle and grind, Proverbs light the path for a clear state of mind. Get wise, open your eyes, read a chapter every day, you'll realize. Guided by wisdom, let preparedness arise. Get wise, it's no surprise. A proverb a day will bring wisdom your way. Get wise. A proverb a day will bring wisdom your way. Why shouldn't nag? Men shouldn't brag. Shut your lips like a vice. Show people you're wise. Get wise, open your eyes, read a chapter every day, you'll realize. Guided by wisdom, let preparedness rise. Get wise, it's no surprise. A proverb a day will bring wisdom your way. Get wise. In every verse there's a lesson to learn, a spark of truth in every turn. So take a moment, let the words sink in. With every chapter, let the journey begin. Get wise, open your eyes, read a chapter every day, you'll realize. Guided by wisdom, let preparedness rise. Get wise, it's no surprise. A proverb a day will bring wisdom your way. Get wise, open your eyes, read a chapter every day, you'll realize. Guided by wisdom, let preparedness rise. Get wise, it's no surprise. A proverb a day will bring wisdom your way. Get wise. So grab a new version of the book every month, a whole new look, reading a chapter every day. Let the words of wisdom show you the way.
All right, good morning. Welcome to another Proverbs Every Day. Let's see, what is this? Episode 2016? 216? Yeah. Last of season 7. So we are about to enter month 8. 8 of all doing this every single day. It's been just a wonderful journey. So we'll get into Proverbs 31 today. But before we do that, let me pray for you, and then we'll get started. Father God, I thank you for all of my friends here. that are either joining me live or after the fact that want more wisdom in their lives. And so, Father, I do pray today that you give them that blessing of prudence, of knowledge, of your truth in their lives. And Father, um, we do recognize that there's a lot of distractions in the world, and so we do give you thanks that we have these ways to use the ways of the world to glorify you instead of the world. So, Father, we give you thanks for that, and we pray a blessing over everyone today in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, let's get into this.
It's time for Proverbs every day. Words of wisdom show you the way. Every month a whole new look, different version of the book. Reading the whole chapter each calendar day. Proverbs every day. Proverbs every day.
All right, so we are into our last day of the New American Standard Bible in Proverbs 31. It's a crowd favorite. Let's just call it like it is. But let's get into this here. All right, so these are the words of King Lemuel, the pronouncement which his mother taught him, and so there's often some detail about who Lemuel is, if this is somebody else, if this is a nickname for Solomon. There's been a lot of theories about that. It's all very interesting, but the point is not about that. It's about the wisdom contained, and this one's fantastic. So this is the voice of his mother. I need to like get an AI voice to do the a female reading for this, but what, my son? What, son of my womb? And what, son of my vows? Do not give your strength to women, or your ways to that which destroy kings. Um, yeah, there's just so much of strange things going on these days. And I see this like, do not give your strength to women. It is kind of one of those things where it's just like, it's a call to say, no, use it, use what you have, be that defender, be that person that is actually, standing up for what is right and doing the things you need to be doing instead of just, bowing down and saying, oh, well, I just want to be sensitive to blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not saying being a jerk. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying be a bigot, but there is a way to not do that and still maintain your strength. And so when I see women being more aggressive than men in various areas of life, I'm like, what is going on here? This is not this is not what it should be. So there's a balance point, obviously, but this is do not give your strength to women is an interesting way to say that. Verse 4, it is not for kings, Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, for rulers to desire intoxicating drink. Otherwise, they will drink and forget what is decreed, and pervert the rights of all the needy, and pervert the judgment of all the needy, or sons of affliction. Give intoxicating drink to one who is perishing, and wine to one whose life is bitter, or bitter of soul. Let him drink and forget his poverty. So the danger of the ruler here is to drink and forget what is decreed. And this is that let him drink and forget his poverty and remember his trouble no more. And this is always just really challenging, that let him drink and forget his poverty. In other words, it's almost as if it's just like it just let them be kind of thing. But that's always a difficult passage for me to read. It's just like, well, if he wasn't drinking, wouldn't he be able to get out of poverty? This is always troublesome. But so it is one of those things where it's just like, um, I think it's the give word here that's always troubling to me, and it is that whole um, letting them be is one thing, but this is like almost like encouraging it, which is very awkward. And I'm not sure. One of these days, I'll figure out if there's more to this or if there's something uh, guidance wise with this. But it is always just kind of an awkward thing to to read through. The first part makes sense. Like, you don't want the your guidance to be diluted here and to be distracted by being drunk, literally, or being high or whatever. But yeah, it's just it's a very odd thing here. Well, let's move on here. Verse 8. Open your mouth for the people who cannot speak, for the rights of all the fortunate, and the judgment of all the sons of passing away. And again, this is what we're talking about when we say that you are to keep your strength and not give it away to women. This is why. It's not for you. Okay, it's not for you to just be, oh yeah, big strong man, and that's no, it's not for that. It is so that you can be a defender of those who cannot defend themselves. Verse 9. Open your mouth, judge righteously, and defend the rights of the poor and the needy, or judge the afflicted. I think that's and honestly, I get it. There's a cultural norm at this point of the silent man who's not saying anything, and the wife is chattering off to the side. It's a tragic kind of a picture, and this is saying the opposite. It's saying, no, get in there, open your mouth, judge righteously, defend the rights of the poor and needy. It's a big deal. You know what? I forgot to do something. I was going to mention that at the end today, if we have time, I want to do something special. So if you have favorite verse numbers from this particular chapter, put them in the chat for me. In fact, let me put a little ticker on the bottom here. Where'd it go? There it goes. So that's your reminder. So if there's a verse that stands out to you and you're like, oh, that's one of my favorites, put it out there in the chat today. See, just like oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, look at that. I never thought about that. I'm not looking at the broadcast screen when I'm reading, so that's interesting. Yeah, I'll do that. In fact, I can just do that now. Wish there's a way I could just put it in a different place or something like that, but there we go. See, we're improving as we go. All right, let's move on to the description of a worthy woman. An excellent wife, who can find her? For her worth is far above jewels. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not evil all the days of her life. She looks for wool and linen, and works with her hands in delight. Her palms are not in delight all willingly, is the other way to say that. I always like that. The with her hands in delight. I like that. Verse 14. She is like merchant ships. She brings her food from afar. She rises while it is still night, and gives food to her household, and portions to her attendants, or prescribed tasks. Interesting. I can't highlight that. But let me give that a highlight there, though. The reason why I'm very much examining that concept of the like I mentioned before, the parable of talents, and you have the three uh, people that were involved with that, and so you have the slave, the servant, and the steward, and so you have the one that's given one, and then given two, and then given five, and the one that's two and five, multiply them, right? Well, what I've come to realize is that the fifth one, the one that's given five, was given more to manage, but did so because they were a steward of resources. And so what you see here is what you would see in that. In other words, this would be the person that would be given that one extra talent to manage because they are that's what they do. And so this is somebody who is not only providing for the household, but also directing others to work alongside her as she does so. And so she doesn't have to do. She's not doing literally everything. She has attendants and servants that are working alongside her with things that they are doing to support the house while she is. And so, so the portions being, I've always seen that interpreted as kind of giving them food and whatnot, which is here. It's household, not family. And then the portions being prescribed tasks. And so she is acting as a steward of the house, which is really, really cool. All right, let's do that. So, verse 16, she considers a field and buys it. From her earnings, or the fruit of her palms, she plants a vineyard. So, what we're seeing her do here is that we see her not only investing, but she is causing it to move forward. In other words, she's not just investing and burying it in the ground. She's literally wanting this to be cultivated and into something bigger, which is just an awesome example of the way we should be, not only with our finances and our work, but also with our faith. We should be considering this to be the same kind of thing, where we are doing these kind of personal growth things, you might say. It's like these things that are helpful to help us grow in the ways we should be growing. And so we are literally investing our time and energy into these things, and sometimes even with our finances, we're actually literally putting that into play. But from those earnings, we're investing. We're investing more and more into our faith and into what that produces, not just to have faith. A lot of people seem to think it's enough just to go to church on Sunday mornings and be saved or have faith. What we want to do is increase our faith. We want to increase what we're seeing, and we want to increase the results to those around us, to those just within our realm. We can only do that if we truly invest and from those earnings plant a vineyard, so to speak. And so, yeah, this is something that's just super critical for us to see. And so she has a great example here. She surrounds her waist with strength and makes her arms strong. So why would she need the strength of men? She doesn't. She doesn't need it at all. She senses that her prophet is good. Her lamp does not go out at night. Oops, almost. Whew, see, I almost did the thing that other people do and say, just take the rest of that out and just say prophet is good. um, so this just is that sense of preparedness. In other words, she can set some aside. She senses that her prophet is good. Her lamp does not go out at night. In other words, she has the ability to set things aside to be prepared for what's coming night. She stretches out her hands to the distaff. Okay, yeah, the staff that holds the textile fibers for spinning. We discovered that in a previous month. That's right. And her hands grasp the spindle, which is her palms grasp the spindle. That's a very, very poetic way to say knitting, or yeah, just making clothing goods, that sort of thing. But also, so she stretches out her hands to that, but she also extends her hand to the poor, or spreads out her palm to the poor, and stretches out her hands to the needy. Give me that concept of not just saying come on, come on, come to me, come to me. No, she's extending her hands. She's going out and stretching beyond. She's going above and beyond for the poor and the needy. Verse 21. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She makes coverings for herself. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. So she makes clothes for herself and others here. Her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. This is just so random to be put in there. But it's just like, yeah, I've always thought that kind of random. But it's almost like he's not worried about things, and so he can go take care of the other things that are being taken care of outside of the household, and he can actually be a, a blessing and wisdom, and be among that council of those that rule, that sort of thing. Verse 24, she makes linen garments and sells them. And supplies belts to the tradesmen. Gives to the Canaanite. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. It's literally a Canaanite, that being called out. in other words, this is something where I think that means that it's being distributed outside of their, I guess you could say, nation. Um, this would be like my wonderful wife making um, leather goods and selling them in like Europe. That's the kind of thing, or having that having the ability to sell them. She does not sell them directly. She's giving them to people that are then reselling them. That sort of thing. Verse 25: Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she smiles at the future, the latter days. It is interesting how we see some things that are literal and some things that are poetic, or some things that are just kind of use normal kind of wordings, and then others are more poetic. It's interesting how that it just intersperses there. Verse 26: She opens her mouth in wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. Her law is on her tongue. She watches over the activities of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and bless her. Her husband also he praises her, saying, Many daughters have done nobly, but you excel them all. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman who fears the Lord, or reveres the Lord in this case, shall be praised. Give her the product or fruit of her hands. Let her works praise her in the gates. Very cool stuff. I'm actually a little curious about 6 here, so I'm going to look up something really quick. But if you have had favorites in that, put them in the chat. I have something a little special planned here. Yeah, and I don't know if the text implies as medicine or if they are interpreting it as medicine. We look at wine these days as being more of like a commodity, whereas there wasn't modern medicine as we think of it. So yeah, there's a possibility here that's just on purpose to say, Now this says to him who's ready to pass away. Now, and the other one, yeah, so who's perishing. So yeah. Very interesting stuff. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to switch things out a bit here. Nobody's telling me their favorites. So we'll just we'll make this up as we go along here. All right, so I need to stop one thing. And then we do this magic thing. And let's write ourselves a song. So this is a new feature of this software. So I'm gonna try it out live because, it's kind of fun. I want to start with that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try, okay, if we do this line, best woman ever. It's okay. Maybe it needs some more input. Okay. Verse 1. Sorry. Oh, I cracked myself up. Oh, actually, I didn't want that first. See, that's what I was after here. Give me that. Need the rhymes. Let's see. All right, what's going to happen if I put this in there with those? Yeah. Take those out. Or if I do that. You know, actually, I think I want to take that as a chorus. Yeah, let's do that. This is a much longer process. I hope this is fun and entertaining for folks as it is for me. And then for the chorus part, I think yeah. All right, what else we got here? So I didn't highlight these. I don't know why I thought I did. Stretching out her hands in the needy glory. um, I'm gonna have redo that one. Let's try that again. See if it comes up with anything different. There we go. That's better. Let's see what else we got here. We've got let's see. I like that one. And then oops. Okay, good. Let's see what it does with this. Ooh, can I undo that? Oh, that was the same. Okay. Oh, you know what? We're getting a little off the rails here in a pattern here. Too many lines. Check that out. Actually, what I want to do here is make that a different verse. Put that right there. Songwriting. And just realized I need to be aware of the time for myself here. I've got about 5 more minutes I can play with this. So let's see what we can do here. All right, so let's see. So what else do we want to say here? I should have just had all these out and something like that, or like made notes. Here's what I want to do with this. I want to make this a bridge. Oops, wrong place. My apologies. Oops, that's what I wanted to do. This is all new to me. This is a new process. I think I like this capability, though. It's really kind of cool. Is that a better ending? I think it is. Or like an outro kind of thing. Well, here's what I want to do. I want to put this right here. See what it comes up with. Oh, I can't not do it. It has to be like a instrumental here of some sort. Be thinking about styles because I haven't really decided on a style for this song yet. I need more for verse 3 here. So I like this here. Paucity? All right. That one just doesn't flow very well. I think that would be difficult for the voices to actually gather into here. Just correcting this because my wife does not like being referred to as my spouse. There we go. That's pretty cool. All right. One more. What did I miss? We're going to see what it does with this. Do a double chorus. I wonder if I can do like a hand clap to the beat. I'm curious if that would actually do anything. Actually, here's what we want to do. Put that there. And we'll let it end it however they want to end it. All right, so are we having fun yet? All right, let's so in the I just to say this really quick, verse 30 being the favorite because he's heard a lot, and it's a true representation of what should be most important for men seeking a mate. Most go for looks and what is more pleasing. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just like it seems to be the challenge of the ages. Actually, that's why I wanted that to be um, the chorus. um, yeah, because it's just so important. It's just absolutely critical. Um, find yourself when worthy of these things. She reads Proverbs every day. I need help with that. What would be right? We'll rhyme that with that. Here, let's do this. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, that's just being weird to me. Okay. Yeah, writer's block here. Let's see. Ah, dang it. I keep hitting enter. It doesn't like that. How would that be? Wow, this is just stuck. All right. I might just have to let this go. Maybe a future revision. All right, so now we have our structure. Now we need a genre. Black metal? Let's see. I have a thing for this. There's been some people that have written up like some suggestions on styles, that sort of thing, and how to describe them. As you can't really just put in an artist, for example. But if we did something like this, what would this come up with? Did I share my audio? Quick pause. You replace this here and make sure that I'm actually tab audio. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we can listen along. So let's have this do it. Best woman ever. which doesn't fit the classic rock, but you know, it's my thing. I can title it however I want. Reggae. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna generate some reggae ones just for fun. Well, let's listen to some of these. Let's see what we got.
Her husband's heart in her securely rests. In wealth and gain, he'll always be the best. She seeks wool and linen with joy in her flight, her hands skillfully crafting from morning till night. She rises while it is still the dark of night, feeding her household before the dawn's first light. An excellent wife, where is she to be found? Her value surpasses the most precious of crowns. Charm may trick and beauty may fade, but a woman who fears the Lord is highly praised. Charitable and kind, she aids those who are poor, opening her hands to the needy, she offers more. She guards the gears of her home with keen attention, forsaking not to serve the bread of diligent action.
All right, that's not bad. Let's just for the sake of time, let's go to this one.
Her husband's heart in her securely rests. In wealth and gain, he'll always...
No. I'm overriding this. I will not allow that to air. That's just bad. Gone. All right, let's see this one.
Her husband's heart in her securely rests. In wealth and gain, he'll always be the best. She seeks wool and linen with joy in her flight, her hand skillfully crafting from morning till night. She rises while it is still the dark of night, feeding her household before the dawn's first light. An excellent wife, where is she to be found? Her value surpasses the most precious of crowns. Charm may trick and beauty may fade, but a woman who fears the Lord is highly praised. Charitable and kind, she aids those who are poor, opening her hands to the needy, she offers more. She guards the gears of her home with keen attention, forsaking not to serve the bread of diligent action. She senses that her
That's not bad. Let's listen to this other one and see what this came up with.
Her husband's heart in her securely rests. In wealth and gain, he'll always be the best. She seeks wool and linen with joy in her flight, her hands skillfully crafting from morning till night. She rises while it is still the dark of night, feeding her household before the dawn's first light. An excellent wife, where is she to be found? Her value surpasses the most precious of crowns. Charm may trick and beauty may fade, but a woman who fears the Lord is highly praised. Charitable and kind, she aids those who are poor, opening her hands to the needy. She offers more. She guards the gears of her home with keen attention, forsaking not to serve the bread of diligent action. She senses that her prophet is genuine. Her lamp does not cease at night's end. An excellent wife, where is she to be found?
Yeah, I mean, I can see merits. I don't like that intro at all, but we can always fix that, I think. So, 1, 2, or 3, which do you guys like the most? You'll have to let me know. I'm kind of leaning towards number 2, to be honest with you. It's kind of fun. But I like the style of this one too. I can go forward a little bit. Just see how that is.
Passes the most precious of crowns. Charm may trick and beauty may fade, but a woman who fears the Lord is highly praised. Her partner's renowned graces the city's gates. Among the elders of the land, he confidently debates. Her offspring arise and sing her praise. Her beloved too lifts her up in word and gaze. Many daughters have performed valiantly, yet you, my dear, outshine them splendidly. Prosperity's realm, she wisely invests.
All right, let's see what the middle section of this one's like.
In prosperity's realm, she wisely invests, buys a field and nurtures a vineyard at her behest. Her husband in her finds a relentless trust. In treasures and gains, need is turned to dust. Clad in strength and dignity, she gleefully strides, facing the future with a comforting smile. Her garments more than fabric symbolize her might, framing her figure in resplendent light. An excellent wife, where is she to be found? Her value surpasses the most precious of crowns.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on this a little bit. I like it, but you see how it cuts off like that. I can deal with that. I can do that on the back end here. So stay tuned, and we'll get this out in the public for you guys. So we will see you tomorrow again for our first of the month. If you guys have any additional thoughts on which version to do, but I'm contemplating doing things a little bit differently for February because it's a shorter month. I might be kind of basically combining some chapters together and that sort of thing. And so stay tuned for that. I'm going to be kind of doing some study and work over the next well after this meeting, maybe a few hours, and just spend some time on that and see how I want to map this out and try this. But it's odds are very good that I won't always be able to go live, and so some of these episodes might be pre-released. So make sure you get subscribed. Very important, and ring that little bell so you get notified when I'm actually live, and then we will go from there. So anyway, it's been great to be with you, and be blessed by the best. And you know what? Thank you for being here with me for 7 months straight. So we'll see you in month 8 in February. Be blessed by the best and be blessed in all the rest. Love you guys. See you soon.